What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Paul Rado, and we're back at it for another one. So today we're going to be discussing Blackbeard and his crew and exactly why they are a little more dangerous than what people may actually give them credit for, including myself. The other day I was really just thinking of the matchups, and you can kind of picture the matchups in your head. However, they seem at first glance like it should be a blowout. Like, after everything the Straw Hats have done, they should win hands down without a problem. And I was thinking about that for a while, and then I realized I might be wrong. So if you guys want to know what my brain process on this was, to unlock that part of the video, you have to go down, hit that like button, as well as subscribe to the channel for more One Piece content. But with all that being said, make sure to grab drinks, get comfortable, and let's hop into this video. Okay, so whenever we think about Blackbeard, we think about this man who's eating pies, drinking at the bar, and then in the middle of the street. And we fast forward to all the evil deeds that he's done. Killing, finishing off Whitebeard, setting up Ace, and letting out a bunch of very dangerous individuals in the One Piece world. Whenever we're thinking about these matchups, we can easily say without a doubt Blackbeard himself, plus his different personas that he has within his body. Me, I think it's like 2 or 3 people are stuck inside of that man's body, but at least 2 people are in there, one being Zebek. I believe Blackbeard himself is going to be a threat, but we're here to discuss more than Blackbeard, and we'll circle back to him at the end of things. But we really want to talk about his crew, because his crew, minus a few people, haven't really had any feats that we've seen on camera. Now, there's some other stuff that we've come to know about just a little bit. Really, one thing that they all have in common, but besides that, they seem like if they were to match up with somebody, like, what have you done? Do you even deserve to fight me? And those are things that we need to go ahead and clear the air on. So the first one I want to talk about is Shiryu of the Rain. Now, he has some notable facts about himself that make him a threat to the Straw Hats and whoever he fights. So the main thing of a note from him is that he used to be the head jailer down in Impel Down, where they keep the worst of the worst. So if you think about this, and we're gonna circle back to Impel Down as well, this man had to be strong enough to tame everybody and anybody that was coming down, ready for smoke at all times. And he was so much of a threat. He had a lot of his murders done, which means he was not only able to defeat a lot of people that were sent to the Impel Down, but to kill them as well. He was strong enough to do that with the swords. So his sword play is no joke, but he also was afterwards sent to Impel Down level 6 as a prisoner as well. Just knowing that he was able to take out as many dangerous prisoners as possible, even weak ones at times, but also to be that much of a threat afterwards, and then to join Blackbeard is why I feel like he is going to be immediately, like, he's going to be a dangerous threat to the Straw Hats, and he's one of the few people that are going to be headlining his crew with something to bring, especially with post time skip, with having Absalom's fruit and being able to turn invisible now. The whole, like, almost silent swordsman kind of deal, and he's going to be invisible. It's going to definitely be a nice matchup. I would like, a lot of people are rooting on Sanji fighting him because he's able to turn invisible now, and then that's the fruit that he wanted. But I am a stickler and a sucker for some sword play, so him and Zoro going at it is definitely going to be what I am looking for when it comes to that matchup. But he is one of the main dangers that I know, looking at Blackbeard's crew, that we are going to be seeing. The second main Blackbeard crew member that I am not necessarily wary of, but I know that he's going to be able to cause some issues, is Lafayette. I don't know how to say his name correctly, I'm not going to lie to you, but we're just going to roll with it. And the main reason why I'm thinking he is going to be of huge danger is because his stealthiness is almost, he might as well be invisible and get passed by. He was able, if we remember before Blackbeard went to go take on Ace, or when they showed it, that he was able to sneak into Mary Joyce and speak to the Gorsei as if he was casual, like he just pulled a Shanks. This leads me to believe either they have a loophole that he was able to exploit in his security system that Shanks knows about, and that's maybe how Shanks knows how to get there. B, he's just that skillful, which is why he's a threat to me. Even if you route it to option A, where he's using the same stealth pattern and talks to them as Shanks. Shanks is an emperor, so we're gonna leave it at that. Or, you know, maybe the Gorsei's haki for observation is rather weak. I really doubt that one though, and be quite ironic if they're held to such a high standard and yet none of them could fight, and one of them carries a sword. Like, bruh, what's the sword for? I just feel like he is that stealthy and that much of a threat. And he was also the second Blackbeard crew member that I thought about whenever I was thinking about ones who are kind of dangerous off rip, and then it kind of went downhill from there. So I'm not like rapping on anybody, but just immediately off the top of my head I was thinking, and I was like, no one really is there. Like Burgess, he's a wrestler, which is, you know, cool, but not really any of a threat. He was a more of a small timer within the Dressrosa games. If you think about everybody who was contending versus like the big picture going on, he was there to do a job. And I'm not calling anybody else in there small timer. Sabo was in there. Sabo was taking care of business, just immediately off rip. Whereas I feel like Burgess was in the mix more, so I don't necessarily feel like he was that much of a contender. And then afterwards he got bodied by Ace as well. So not by Ace, I meant by Sabo, but that's beside the fact. I don't really like, he's there, and he's probably a formidable fighter, especially whenever we see him later on in the story. He's gonna have post-time skip, he's gonna have whatever was built up. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have haki by then. If he doesn't, then explains why he's on this ranked lower. And then you have the sniper, which sniper gang, for real, he was kind of dangerous just because of his marksmanship skills. Definitely needs to be Kodak Black's logo whenever he shouts out sniper gang. But besides marksmanship and whatnot, a sniper is a sniper. If you're good at your jobs, and you're good at your job anime wise. And then we have his doctor, who is already struggling to be alive. He got hit with the CV-19 early on. He got some early strands, and you don't really think much of him either, which is making it hard to believe, like, what is Blackbeard's crew made of? Like, that is his starting lineup right there, and it just seems really hard that they're capable of doing something. And then you just have to just sink into the fact of what each of these members did, and then we're going to bring up the additional members that Blackbeard got immediately, who eventually become commanders of their own ship. Shiryu can't stay this anymore. Used to be a warden, held at level 6. Lafayette, can't say his name, I don't care. Made it to Mary Joyce undetected, either the same way Shanks did, or Shanks has another way. But either way, he was able to make it up there without anybody knowing, and took everybody off guard. Had a sniper who, like I said, I downplay snipers a lot just because of games and anime, within the games and anime realm, just because of they generally have low HP. Like, if you get them, they're done for. But he is super fatal, and he won't miss at all. Kind of scary if you think about it. And then you have Q, who withstood some notable blows, even though he's got some CV-19 issues that he can't seem to fix, plus his little tricks that he likes to play or whatever. And then all of those counted up, and then you put them post-time skip. I can definitely see Shiryu having haki, Burgess having haki, and then maybe Lafayette. Like, I feel like they should have it. I'm going to be interested in seeing how they actually fare with it, but that's besides the fact. And then we get to the rest of everybody else that he pulled up with, to Marineford with that he freed. And at first I was like, okay, well, these are just like people to fill in spots in his crew that are going to be matched up against Luffy, and then that's what their main purpose is there for, and that's why I find it hard to believe they were any threat. And then I remembered one important thing. These individuals were at level 6 of Impel Down. At level 6, where they keep the worst of the worst. And if you think about a lot of the main characters that we know of, Ace came out of there, Jinbei came out of there, Shiru, I think I'm saying his name wrong too, but he came out of there. That's just a quick off the top list. Jinbei was a warlord. Ace was a warlord candidate who turned it down. Shiru, he was a warden of everybody else that was down there. Doflamingo is in Impel Down, level 6, another warlord. So we're seeing at least individuals that we can think of off the top of our head, or at least have the strength of a warlord. Easy. And then we're gonna think about this. Think about Law and Kid's reaction when Jinbei said that he was going to join their crew. They flipped. Then because he was one warlord and they knew the strength that was coming to his ship. Now think about this. One person, like I just said, besides Shiryu, which we can count him for all intents and purposes, Blackbeard got 5 of them. 5 individuals who we can at least say are easy warlord strength in the power scale. 5 of them on his squad. So we haven't seen too many of any of their abilities, but they can at least fight on a warlord level pre-time skip. That's all you can say. So Blackbeard, not only is he in charge of all these people and they listen to him, which means elevates Blackbeard's status even more, which we're not gonna harp too much on because we know of his powers and what he can do. But he has 5 at least warlord strength individuals on his crew, and we are going to be able to see them soon. They went and forced the Revolutionary Army. I want to see more on what happened then. They forced the Revolutionary Army out of their hiding spot, and those are supposed to be the world's most dangerous people, which led by Monkey D. Dragon, which is why we assume that and hold so much power to them. Blackbeard's crew was able to make a move, so I feel like there is a lot of power that's hidden that we're able to see. We have extreme stealth now. We have actually 3 forms of extreme stealth. Someone who can shapeshift, got someone else who can turn invisible, and someone that's just really good at sneaking around where they shouldn't be. So, and we've yet to see, and they got somebody else who's just big for no reason. Frankie's gonna have to make a Megazord just to fight him. So that's where we're leaving that one. But if you guys agree with me that coming to the realization that Blackbeard has 5 warlord minimum strength members on his team, then hit that like button. If not, give me your thoughts down in the comment section of what you guys believe about his crew, and if there's any other reasons that I left out and why they really shouldn't be slept on. But if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to go down, hit that like button, as well as subscribe to the channel for more One Piece content. But that's going to be it for today's video. I'm out of here. See you guys.
Going up.